Hey, man. I don't think so. Well,
Oh, we'll see. Thank you. Oh, man. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Throw on my seatbelt here before I forget. In today's video, we're going to be going over is the 2015 through 2019 Subaru WRX STI, a good car to daily drive. I've owned this car since the beginning of April now, and prior to this, I owned a 2011 WRX, so a very similar car. Same motor was in that one, but the STI had some better bells and whistles on it. So, owning this car now for about 4 months, I absolutely love it. It is stage 3, so it does have fuel upgrades, a full exhaust, Pro Tune. It does have some extras on it, so it's not exactly the same power as a stock STI, but it's the same. Close enough. So the first thing about this car with daily driving is how much you're going to be driving it. You know, I currently drive probably about 1,500 miles a month, which is a lot of miles. I think the average is about 1,000. Some months I do more, some months I do less. So being that I drive 1,500 miles a month and it's the only car I have currently for getting to and from work, the fuel economy is not the best. I stated this in another video. The fuel economy is not why I bought this vehicle. But if you drive a lot and that is something that concerns you, that is something to think about. I think currently right now I'm getting about 22 miles per gallon. That is premium 93 octane fuel, which here in Columbus, Ohio is about $3.30 per gallon. So, not the best, not the worst. The coolness of the car definitely outweighs that factor. When daily driving the car, you got to think about where you're driving. Do you live in a downtown area and you're going to be doing a lot of highway driving, or do you live in a rural area and most of your driving, like mine, as you see on the camera here, this is most of my driving. It's 2-lane country roads, 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, not a lot of traffic. Occasionally I do have to hop on the highway to, you know, to get around town, but I'm not a very patient person, so when I am stuck in traffic with this vehicle, I get very frustrated because, you know, of course it is a 6-speed manual transmission. The clutch is fairly stiff. With the Pro Tune, you can make the throttle a lot more responsive, which helps. When I got the Pro Tune, it definitely turned it into an easier car to drive. But if you're stuck in traffic all the time, driving around town, it's probably not going to be a very fun car to drive. On top of that, being a 4-cylinder turbo vehicle, during the summertime, if it's 90 degrees out and you got to kick the air conditioner on, the air conditioner in this car does bog down the engine quite a bit. So therefore, the RPMs are dropping quicker. It feels like you're lugging the engine. So in 90-degree weather, most of the time I'm driving around with my windows down. You know, right now it's 70 degrees out. I don't like keeping the windows down for the videos because it's kind of loud. So I do have the air conditioner on quite a bit. If you're ever going full throttle or driving the car hard, I recommend turn the air conditioner off first. It's just some extra load that you can pull off the engine, and you will notice the car drives completely different with the air conditioner on or off. Alright guys, another great thing to think about if you're going to be daily driving this car is how much do you like cars? Is it something you're truly into? One of the reasons I love this car so much is because it's so customizable. You know, if there's anything you like as far as, you know, the color of lights, they make any single part or piece you can think of for a car, you can change on this car. And there's many different options. So that's one of my favorite things about this. You get the whole car culture of Subaru, or even car culture, and you know, you can customize it however you want. You know, I have a new shift knob in here, actually all the engine parts, all the different exhausts. Since April 2019, I've had 3 different exhausts on this car already, and I'm about to switch back to my old exhaust just because you can change like that. You know, that's part of the cool thing about it. Granted, I worry about reliability and, you know, being tuned in stage 3. There's more you have to worry about being outside of factory warranty. So that's always a great thing to think about. You know, do you wait till the factory warranty is over to start modding the car? Do you do it right away? Some could argue that actually by doing some of those modifications to the vehicle, you're helping it perform better. You're keeping the engine cooler. You're letting the engine flow better. You know, so is that really hurting the car? Or is it helping it? You know, I would say make sure you drive the car. You know, treat the car well. I get oil changes done every 2,500 to 3,000 miles. You put premium gas in the car. You know, you check it more frequently. If you beat on it really hard and, you know, you're ready to get it fixed all the time, that's perfectly fine. If you got deep pockets, that's up to you. But, you know, my goal is to keep it about where it is. Right now I'm sitting at about 380 horsepower, 410 pounds of torque. So, you know, that's a fun car to drive for now. Of course, I would always want it to be more powerful, but I want to get a couple years of it. I do have a loan on the vehicle, so I would like to pay it down a little bit before I go tearing into the engine or breaking things. My next steps for the car would be putting a new turbo on it, going E85, front mount intercooler, and probably taking it up to about, you know, 450 horsepower and then leaving it there and, you know, seeing where we go. You know, try it on the stock block first, then once that fills, do a complete build. The sound of this car is absolutely amazing. You get the big turbo noises, if you put a cold air intake on it, you get the exhaust sounds. Unfortunately, the exhaust I'm running now, the NVIDIA R400, it is quite muffled. It sounds great, has a nice deep throaty sound, but it's quite muffled, so you don't get as many as the, you know, the pops when you downshift. You don't get a lot of that. Camera, don't you go falling, camera. Alright guys, as you'll see in some of the other clips, I had to cut the car ride short. The car was actually driving real funny. I was getting a lot of fine knock through my access port. I take it in on Monday to get it looked at. I think it might just be either a bad tank of gas, or I know my exhaust has been acting kind of funny, so I'm going to hopefully get that replaced and fixed on Monday. I do have plans to get it retuned in September. I also had the GoPro on the back of the car, which fell off and tumbled. You'll see the clip from that in the video as well. So I figured I'd just get home, get comfortable, and finish the video like this. Other than all these sweat beads out here. Alright guys, so we are back here. We're going to be talking about, is the 2017 or 2015 plus Subaru WRX STI a good car to daily drive? My answer right off the bat is yes. You'll absolutely love this car, but there's some things that go into that. Be prepared to put some time and love into the car. You need oil changes frequently, every 2,500 to 3,000 miles, and using good oil such as a Motul brand or a Mobil 1. Same thing with gas. I'm using 93 octane in the car right now. That's what we can get in Centerburg or Columbus, Ohio. It's about $3.30 per gallon, and I typically will try to fill up at a Shell or a BP gas station. It seems to be the gas the car likes the best. With the access port from Cobb, you're able to monitor those types of things and tell if you get a bad tank of gas or when the car's acting funny. I would almost say the Cobb access port is a must-have with this car. You're able to monitor those parameters to see if it's having issues, and you can wake the car up quite a bit with the Cobb access port. You can also, if there's a tuner far away, they can send you tunes online, or if you take it to a local tuner, it makes it a lot easier for them to pro tune the vehicle. This car is stage 3 pro tuned. The stages don't really matter to me. It's more what you have done to the car, and it's kind of an easy way to tell where you're at. Currently I have all the fuel upgrades, fuel pump, regulator, injectors, cold air intake, full exhaust, so they would call that a stage 3. And I do have a Pro Tune on the car, so right now we're about 380 horsepower, 410 pounds of torque. It's an absolute blast to drive. Stock, they're a blast to drive, but as you own the car, you'll get used to it and want more. That is the beautiful thing about this car, is with some money, if you know some people, always get the work professionally done, you can really wake this car up. Just with the Pro Tune alone, you can really wake the car up, but with the stuff I have done to it, it's a totally different driving car. Throttle response is nearly instant. The shifting points are much better. The pickup's much better. It's just an all-around blast to drive now. But don't let that deter you from buying one stock, because stock, it's still an amazing car too. This car is great for all 4 seasons, summer, winter, fall, spring. Especially in Ohio, we have all 4 seasons and the extremes of all 4 seasons. You know, in the summertime, it gets to be about 110 degrees outside. The wintertime, we will have a foot of snow and be cold weather. I will always be able to get around in this car. I'll never get stuck. The all-wheel drive system is very strong. I've never been in snow where this car gets stuck. Maybe on some ice, or because of the ride height, you know, the clearance might make it difficult. But other than that, the car is a blast to drive in the snow. Before purchasing this car, you might want to look around in your area and see of any tuners or any shops that know how to work on these cars, or that specialize in working on these cars. I go to a shop called Slow Motion Motorsports. Shout out to you guys. They take great care of me. They're always able to answer my questions. And most of the cars they do in their shops are Subarus or Evos, so they're very familiar with them. They have all sorts of parts there all the time, and nothing's ever too big of a project. My goals for this car are to be about at 450 horsepower, 450 pounds of torque. I'll run that. I'll probably do full bolt-ons with the stock block until that goes, and then I'll do a fully built motor. That'll be on down the road. As I said, right now I'm about 15,000 miles. I wouldn't start digging that far until I'm about 60,000 miles. My VIN does fall under the class action lawsuit that was there, so they did bump the warranty up to an 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty. I've spoke with Subaru. It's a specific part that adds metal shavings, or allows metal shavings to possibly get into the engine. If that were to be the case on this car, even though it's a stage 3, they would still cover it, which is nice to know. And with most mods, that's how it works. You know, the warranty is going to cover it unless they can prove, or you can prove otherwise, that the mods you did to your car aren't what broke the vehicle. So keep that in mind. If you know someone at a Subaru dealership, run it by. If you're worried about the warranty, run it by them prior to doing the mods to see, hey, if I do this, get it done professionally, is this going to void the warranty? Talk to somebody first. Sometimes it makes sense to go through Subaru of America instead of going through a dealership. Sometimes dealerships can be quick or not want to work on the car, so they may say no. Subaru of America is very easy to work with. You can get an answer from them and then take it to any dealership. Again, guys, my answer is yes. This is a perfect daily driver. It's a blast to drive. You can always boost it up, keep it stock, however you prefer to do it. Either way, it's a very fun car to drive. And if you're into car clubs, or there's people around your town, this car will hang with the bunch. See you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'd be glad to answer them. Take it easy, guys. Here's some clips of the car.
Hey, man. I don't think so. Well,
Oh, we'll see. Thank you.